Alright. I keep saying this. I kept saying it before. But for real, I'm gonna do it now. You can already fucking see the difference. Just from the thumbnail. Uh. Actually, I need confirmation that you're actually here. So I want this to be a conversation. You back, Joe? There it is. Alright. So yeah. So now that I'm officially done with 15, I want to go back. I want to go back in time to technically 11 years ago, but this compilation was made 3 years ago with all Final Fantasy 15, all major trailers. I don't know why it says major. I don't know why it can't give me all of them. Uh, all trailers for Final Fantasy Versus 13. Hold up, shut up. Is this actually all of them? First trailer in HD, yada yada yada. Does not include the 15th ones. Okay, never mind. Doing the all major trailers. So I want to point out a lot of stuff that I just want to go back because a lot of people seem to just not remember that this was ever a thing, and I kind of find that wild, absolutely wild. Yeah, I think it's kind of nutty that nobody seems to remember versus 13. Um, I don't know how to set this up so I can like see the chat at the same time. So if somebody comes in, I don't know. I might have to blink back and forth. But I'm gonna full screen this bitch. And then, yeah, I won't see anything for a minute. But yeah, just trust me. Actually, maybe if I use my other phone. Do 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 do. Twitch is not on this one. Fuck. Because I think this is more important to me than like even playing the game. Holy shit, I got a lot of follows that like I wasn't informed of. That's weird. Yeah. Alright. Turn it up. I'm letting you know right now. I'm probably gonna be stopping and going a lot. 2006. 2006. This first trailer came out. 2000 fucking 6. I'll go through each trailer uninterrupted the first time, and then I'll go back. The quality is going to be shit. Remember, it's 2006. See, you're joking, but that barely qualifies as a joke, considering the context. See, the logo is still the same. The logo is pretty much exactly the same. This never changed. Uh, the only difference between like modern versus the 15 logo is that this becomes like black and white. This is like more monochrome in terms of color. And Noctis doesn't show up as a part of the logo until after you beat the game, so I don't count that. But this has always been the same. So there's got to be some elements of Versus 13 that had always been a thing. Because I feel like when transitioning from Versus 13 to 15, and with all the crazy fucking story shit that has obviously, like, there are just things in the story of 15 that was like, this was definitely not a part of the original plan. I don't know. I would think that this would have changed, especially considering that like with 15, this was Luna Freya, and she wasn't even known as Luna Freya at this point. Like I forgot what her original name was, but it definitely wasn't Luna. She looks hella different too. Like she looks nothing like she does in 15. But let's go back. Now consider a lot of these things. You could chalk this up to being like, oh, it's early development stuff, so obviously not everything's going to make it in the game. Hear me out. First off, I want to point out the significance of the city itself. You get a lot of shots of this. You're going to see a lot of the city in these early trailers. Probably shouldn't have went all the way back. Because as it stands right now, this car, this is not the Regalia. Like, there is no Regalia at this point. Like, this is some random fucking bullshit car. Like, you'll see the cars that come before this car look exactly like this car. All these cars look the same. There's nothing special about this car. There was no Regalia. There wasn't going to be no you driving around the fucking hub world in the election. And of course, like the very first thing we see outside of just Noctis is like the city, the setting. It's a modern, very very modern looking city. Now, Noctis is being stared down by a bunch of soldiers in armor. Like, this could be, the original plans for when the Empire was going to invade. That seemed to always be a thing. That soldiers were going to come and attack Noctis. Because mind you, like, because I'm stealing lore from both games and kind of mashing them together at this point. He's the prince / the king. And that kind of still stays a thing. Not just having weapons, teleporting, all of that, all going to be the thing. Zip. Zip. This image right here, this never happened. This image never occurred through the entirety of Final Fantasy 15, and this is like the most prominent image for this game, for this series. Cause like I don't know if you've ever seen like the art, like the original art and shit, but this was always put side by side with the picture of Lightning in the White Room, and she's in her own little chair. And it's like, what happened to this? What happened to this? This never happens. In fact, like, how much time do you actually spend within the Crown City as Noctis? None. Pretty much none. Only like the last 2 chapters. No, only the final chapter. At no other time. And that's just the debut trailer. He looks just like Sora when he sits on the throne. I wonder who's the fucking character designer for this game. For PlayStation 3. That was the biggest riot.
スのレディス国王とニフルハイム統一政府のエルダーキャップ主席による13度目の会談は和平協定の調印によ
Still not a
り無事閉会し
Still
ま
a
した
basic bitch card.
我が国が保有するクリスタルに関して今後両国
Skip to
が
2000.
平和
This is 2
利
years
用を協
later.
議していくこととなりこの緊張緩和によって数百年にも及んだ両国の冷戦状態が終結することを国民は期待していますまた間近に迫った時期
Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is this? Sorry. Pretty sure this Prompto and Lightning don't exist. Oh wait, there's an early Prompto. Why did it not change at all? It just hardly changed at all. This shit, like, you're gonna see this a lot. You're gonna see a lot of this shit. These like standoffs with magic and swords. Anything other than a gun. I'm sorry. I can't help it. All right, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to keep pausing. But anyway, the king is a lot younger. The king is a lot younger in this. Like, he has basically an ordinary suit on. He didn't have his like super duper regal shit. But like, you know, he's fucking beginning of the 15. He's a crusty old man. he's this is like essentially like not even. He looks like he's not even 10 years older than he was when I was just fighting him with Arden. If you haven't guessed by now, she is the character that would later become Lunafreya. I don't remember her name. But supposedly there were multiple. PlayStation 3. First gameplay trailer, 2010. This is 4 years. 4 years after the debut trailer. 4 years has passed. Holy shit, okay. Either the graphics got updated like crazy, or the video quality, like, between 2008 and 2010 just went up like fucking mad. And I think this was the first. I think this was when Noctis's clothes changed for the first time, because he doesn't have his fucking Sasuke turtleneck. Yeah, like we just saw the fucking open world for the first time. Nope, how there's no car. Early Hammerhead, like fuck. He has like a jump arc. Hold on. I don't think I ever pointed this out like during the game. I definitely mentioned it to somebody. Alright, so in 15, when you jump, your jump arc for whatever reason just gets cut short halfway. Like you would jump, and then all of a sudden in midair, you would just stop moving forward and you would drop straight down. This, you still kind of carry some momentum going forward. This is definitely true. That is definitely not real combat. But that jump was real as fuck. I know that for sure. I can fucking tell. Gamer vision. That was a jump. Big combo. Notice how, like, there's a behemoth in the city. There's a behemoth in the city. We're in the city again. We only saw one behemoth, and it was nowhere near the city. Just words. Ignore these. Square likes to do this a lot. For PlayStation 3. They still believed. After 4 years. Alright, 2001. So, story. Okay, so yeah, this is the first time we see the party scene, quote unquote. As you know, there's no party in fucking 15. This location doesn't exist. But, yeah. And of course, Yoko is doing her thing. PS3 Noctis somehow still looks good. And this theme song was always there. From the beginning. Since the first trailer. It sucks because it gives me the impression that they very much wanted to keep the spirit of Versus 13 alive. But like, I don't know. And like, this chick looks nothing like Luna, but you could tell this was supposed to be Luna because she's wearing all white. And Luna wears nothing but white in 15. She's the only one that wears primarily white. I don't know who the fuck this is. Or who that could have been. I actually forgot what this. I had somebody translate this conversation for me. I forgot what this was even about. Yeah, riveting. And that was it. 1 year for that. We waited a year for that. We're 5 years in. We're already halfway there. Oh, same year. Weirdly enough. Look at this shit. It looks so good. So yeah, wait a minute. Okay, first of all, this character just doesn't exist. But also, like, the Imperials are invading. And Noctis is witnessing this. He's seeing this happen. Maybe it's early core. No. He's nowhere close to being that shit. And what's weird is that, like, I don't know who this guy's supposed to be, but we were already introduced to Ignis at this point. Like, Ignis was in an earlier trailer. So, like, what happened with that? Also, the car is something closer to a Regalia now. It looks more like a Batmobile. But, like, no sign of this car being relevant, really.
さよなら、誰かさん。
A meeting predestined by the divine. We're now starting to kind of dip our elbows into what will become the 15 plot. Because that's literally what the entire game is about. Just like the gods making shit happen. Oh, there's other people here now. Character models look slightly better. We're still in the city, by the way. We've seen a fuck ton of the city already. Like, there's not. We actually haven't seen much of anything outside of this city. We saw a little bit of the hub world, or we saw a little bit of the overworld, but that's it. That was before we had like real combat. We haven't even seen real combat yet. All we've seen was like pre-rendered bullshit at this point. And a jump. Oh yeah, this weirdo. Like, it's not his father, is it? I don't think this is Regis. Yeah, that's not Regis. Look at this sweeping shot of the fucking city. Keep in mind, this was the PS3 still. Just the idea. Like, consider this. This is still 2011. We ain't see nothing remotely close to that shot. Look at all of this city, right? You have the big house. And then there's more city over here, all the city and shit. And then, like, you can see through this crap. There's like actual scale. Like, this all looks big and explorable, sort of. We haven't gotten perspective like that ever in anything, even on the PS3 at this point. Yeah, here we go. Heroes of Liberty. Early UI. Like, they have a command list over here. This, ooh, yo, okay, so like, oh my god, I'm remembering things. This right here, this right here, this is what began what ended up being like a misdirection. I don't think it was an intentional misdirection. I think I was still right about this, but it just didn't turn out that way. But like, keep in mind, this is 2011. Birth by Sleep just happened. Like Birth by Sleep came like I think a year before this. So like, this is when the wait for Kingdom Hearts 3 started. Like, because like I've talked about this like a bajillion times, but like Kingdom Hearts 2 is supposed to be the end of the story, and then Birth by Sleep is supposed to like sort of give you a quick look at the Xehanort saga, but like when you beat Birth by Sleep, it starts setting up for a bunch of other shit. Like, after Birth by Sleep, there must be a Kingdom Hearts 3 at some point. Like, we need another story with Sora when he engages Xehanort at some point. But, like, the PS3 is out. The PS3 is out, and like we're halfway through its life cycle. Like, are we gonna get a Kingdom Hearts 3 on the PlayStation 3 at some point? We don't know. We're in the middle of a bunch of Final Fantasies right now. Like 13. I think 13 just came out. 13.2 doesn't even exist. Agito hasn't come out yet. We're still waiting for this shit. And it's like, we still haven't even seen gameplay of this game yet until this point right here, until 2011. This is the first time we're going to see something close to real gameplay. And the first thing we fucking see is a command list over here on the left side of the screen, like a Kingdom Hearts game. This is when the hype train took off. Because the way they made it seem, and you're going to see it when we actually get to the combat, the way they made it seem was that Final Fantasy Versus 13 was going to be the blueprint to what Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to be like. Albeit, obviously not going to be as over the top as we'd expect it to be, like Kingdom Hearts 2 or something. Because it's Final Fantasy still. But something. Actually, maybe not. Because he took a hit, and he actually lost health. So maybe this UI isn't really fake. You can already actively switch between party members. This is versus this. You can already actively switch between party members. This is Versus 13. This is 2011. 2011. This trailer exists. Back up. And then he switches to Ignis. You. We already had active switching between party members in fucking 2011. And then Vanilla 15, they took it out. Why? The game wasn't even close to being real at this point. Like, this is the first time we saw gameplay ever. This was in the conceptual phases of the game. And it already had active party member switching. How did they... are you starting to understand my frustration? Like, are you now starting to understand, like, why, like, finally getting around to playing 15 was so important to me? Because all of this, like... And gameplay-wise, it's very Kingdom Hearts-like, already! And this time, you can tell it's not pre-rendered bullshit. This is combat. Buttons are being pressed. Yeah, the command... Alright, aside with the command deck, that's definitely fake. But, like, back up. The whole the third person mode with Prompto, that was already there.
新しい力に体が慣れていないよね。きついだろ。時間が必要だ。
We already had the whole third-person shooting mode with Prompto in 2011, and it didn't exist in 15 until episode Prompto, which came after episode Gladio. And it's like, what? It was already a thing. Okay, this place wasn't what I thought it was, but yeah. Okay, now we definitely got a way more fleshed out hub world, but also notice that no sign of a car. I don't know what the fuck that is, but that's not me.
奴らの狙いはお前だ。人質にして交渉を有利に進めるつもりだろう。今さら交渉？ありえない。俺が全員倒してやる。ノクト、残念だ。お前はそこまで強くはない。はあ
？He has a double jump! Noctis had a fucking double jump at some point! Are you kidding me?
お前はそこまで強くはない。はあ
？He does not have a double jump! He has fucking air hike! You can take over vehicles and shit. What happened to this? You can literally steal a vehicle and ride it! In 2011! God. GG, I swear I will lose it. Platforming could have been a thing. And also, keep in mind, all this shit, most of this shit, because we just saw a bunch of overworld stuff, we're still in the city. We are still in the city. We've already spent way more time in the city in these trailers than we had in the game. Hey look, who's that? Look who's already fucking here! Who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is. Who the fuck is this guy? I have not once seen this guy before. He clearly isn't relevant because he sure as fuck is not in Final Fantasy 15, I'll tell you that. Whoops. Who is this guy that we keep zooming in on? I don't understand. Like, what relevance does this person have? I don't get it. He just doesn't exist in the game anymore. He's like the driver dude from earlier. Hey look, Noctis is in the fucking chair. Again. Almost like they're trying to make it iconic or something.
策はあるか。10倍返しくらい。100倍返しで考えてやる。
Do you understand now? Like I'm only going back and remembering this stuff. Imagine my frustration in real time. Does the throne mean anything? The throne means that he's going to be the king. The whole plot line of Noctis being a prince and him going to ascend the throne, like that was all still there. That was always a thing.
Noctis 様も
And then we move forward to 2013 when in E3 they revealed 15. Like that was the last we saw of Versus 13. And like it may have seemed more spread out than I've always made it sound, because it was like, all right, because this is only the major trailers, right? There's a lot of trailers that came out between all this shit, but a lot of it didn't really show anything new. It was kind of just like, I think some of it was like translated into like English subtitles and crap and didn't really show new stuff. I think each and one of these trailers that is in this video in particular is all the stuff that attempted to show something new. So like the first trailer came out in 2006. The very first trailer came out in 2006. It was 2 years until we got the next story trailer. I already forgot. The next story trailer that came after that. And then 2011 we got 3 trailers, like back to back to back. And it's like, okay, cool, the game is still in development. And then like 2013, nothing. Like all the way up until 2013, absolutely nothing. And mind you, the trailer we just watched was the first gameplay trailer. This was the first one, and that came 5 years after the debut trailer. 5 years, and we just got gameplay. So it's like, what is happening? Like, this game's taking forever. Then another 2 years later. And I think, I'm pretty sure, at this point we had already gone through the whole like, oh no, Versus 13's been canceled. Pack your bags, kids, because they're canceling 13. Because 13.2 is already out by now. 13.2 has already happened at this point. Like, and Agito's out. And 14 has, I'm pretty sure 14 is out by now. And it's like, what the hell is happening with Versus 13? What the fuck? And I'm pretty sure Dream Drop Distance, I'm pretty sure Dream Drop Distance is out already now. In 2013, right? I have to double check this one. This is important. This is an important turning point in the timeline of my rage. Dream Drop Distance came out a year before this. Dream Drop Distance had been out for a year. So yeah, you can imagine this is driving us mad. we are beyond the edge of sanity at this point. And then finally, E3 2013.
俺が何を知っているのか、俺自身も知らないんだ。
And also, just to clarify, the reason why Dream Drop Distance is so significant is that Dream Drop Distance literally has a secret message at the end of the game. I'm pretty sure I showed it to you. That, like, it literally says, this game leads to Kingdom Hearts 3. The game that we had been waiting for since 2006. The same year we got the Versus 13, the debut trailer. So since 2006, we had not only been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3, but also this shit right here. And we've been getting all these like Kingdom Hearts side games that keeps building up to, hey, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to come eventually, but, you know, gotta buy these side games to understand what the fuck is going on. And then Dream Drop Distance is the game. It's all like, alright, we swear, next time, with honest to God, with fingers crossed, no lying, no bullshit, the next game is going to be Kingdom Hearts 3. And this is a year before we got this trailer. What's even crazier is that this is a 15 trailer. There's still a bunch of Versus 13 shit in here. Nearly all of this shit? I have not seen anything that happens in 15 yet. Not a single scene. Who the fuck was that? I don't even know who that was. That might have been early Ravis. Who knows? This doesn't happen. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm gonna put money on this. I'm gonna put money on this. I bet this is Kingsglaive. I bet this is a bunch of Kingsglaive scenes that I haven't seen yet because I didn't watch Kingsglaive. But like, if this is a bunch of Kingsglaive scenes, I'm gonna be pissed.
ルシスの血は根絶やしにすればいい。
Hey, look.
なんだかめんどくさいことになってきたな。
Like, look at all this shit. That's still in the game. Remember when I pointed out the concept art? That was Altisha. Altisha is already here. But this shot right here, like, alright, I was looking for this shot. I was waiting for this to happen. And, like, this doesn't happen. This could, like, as a 15, this couldn't have possibly occurred because the whole point is that Arden, like, hadn't been to the Crown City until he was revived by what's-his-face, who may or may not be this guy at this point, because he's sure as fuck not the Emperor. So these two have basically allied with themselves, but they're in front of the Crown City. So it's like this couldn't have occurred. Arden had only gone there to fight Regis and then his brother. So it's like this scene, whatever this scene is definitely not what we saw in episode Arden. Like something completely different is going on here.
ルシスの血は根絶やしにすればいい。
なんだかめんどくさいことになってきたな。
And look at this big sweeping shot of Altisha. This doesn't happen. We don't see this. Why is this gone? Like this entire city is intact. Like everything that is in the shot is in the game, but this CGI sweeping shot is not in the game. Nowhere. I don't get it. Why is this so much missing shit? This is during the Leviathan fight. None of this happened.
ソルファイム、テネブラへアコルドのクリスタルを手に入れようと戦争を起こしてる。
親父、逃げてるらしいぞ。
ああ、合流を急ごう。
気ぃつけろよ。奴ら本気で殺しに来てるみたいだぞ。
This person is like, well, no, this is that one guy. I think it's that one guy that we knocked out that one time, and then he just didn't come back. Oh no, this is the guy who made all the fucking the MTs and shit. Yeah, this guy.
こうなっては戦闘は避けられんか。
もともと避ける気なんてなかったけどな。
ノクト、
Dynamic.
どこまで行け。
Yeah, that one.
ノクト、暴れると敵を引きつけてしまうぞ。
大丈夫だ。強いからな。
We're back at the Crown City again. Like, there was definitely supposed to be way more shit happening in the Crown City. Behemoth. This. Why? Come on. It's so cool.
血はクリスタルか。
Where is
言わ
this
ずと
stuff?
もお分かりのはずだ。こ
Who
の
is
世界に
this
残
guy?
された最後のクリスタル。
Like, because remember, the trailer right before this was still Versus 13. So, like, this scene, still in concept with 15, something, this was supposed to happen still.
奴らはクリスタルを運び出すつもりだろう。その前に何としてもクリスタルを取り戻す。
ルシスの制圧を完了させろ。それと王子を、レギスの息子を見つけたら始末しろ。
Oh, this is gonna be good. Hold on. Fill the screen.
知りたいのか。まあ、
Hey, it's Core. I think it's the first time we're getting to see Core. Alright. We have Noctis. We have Regis, who doesn't really have any sort of impact in the plot, really. We have Gladio. We have still early Prompto. Prompto is still very different than what he turned out to be. We have Ignis. We have Core. We have Mystery Guy, who we still don't know who this is. Name is it Prompto's dad. Shiva chick. Arden. I couldn't even begin to tell you who this is. And then still early Luna. This person is just like, who even what? I'm just gonna call this Ravis. I'm just gonna assume this is Ravis. But notice how Core is a part of this shit. I still believe that Core was supposed to join your party. He's still fucking like. Core was definitely meant to join your party.
いや、世界は常に変化する。15番目だ。
What even was the point? It's all the same shit. In the end, it meant nothing. Work project. Final project may be shoved into chains. Oh really? Oh really? Oh fucking really? Okay, the game is finally starting to look like something similar to what we just played. Combat trailer. UI is still hella different. Also, still not how they're. Yeah, remember this scene? Remember this fucking imagery that we kept seeing in the early Versus 13 trailers that was a CGI cutscene, but now this is like they're showing us like in-engine shit. This still doesn't exist in the game. This still does not happen at any point. Because we're in the Crown City, and we don't spend any of our time in the Crown City in 15. See how action-oriented this game still is in this stage here? We're in 15 territory. My hype is still like through the roof at this point because like finally I'm starting to see like all the shit that like had been built up that I've been waiting for the whole time. This is the game. This is the game that I've been waiting for this entire fucking time. And I know nothing about the plot. Like seeing this gameplay and seeing these trailers, I was fucking. You had like dodge rolls and flippy bullshit to quote X. Look at this shit. It's so beautiful. In the end, it came out really good. In game, they definitely improved on the graphics from this in the actual game. But this is still 2013. This is 2013 we're looking at still. We're still 4 years off from the release. Look at this shit. We're still 4 years off from when the game actually comes out. This is the first time, the very first time we see the regalia actually being used in game. They showed us that shit, and they were like, "Oh, don't worry, you can fight them." What? This is the first time we heard the battle.
オートからの放送じゃもう無理だね。ダメか。
遠くに来たもんだな。王子の寝坊だけは変わんねえが。
Now it's starting to look. Now this is looking very. However.
あれって燃えてんの？
神話の時代の隕石だ。
お腹すいた。
座りっぱなしで体痛えわ。
風呂が恋しいな。
そろそろ泊まれる場所が欲しい。
ルーナはオルティシエにいるらしい。
ご無事なのか。
おお、あっちで待っててくれてるんだ。
What is
他には
that?
なんて。
会って渡したいものがある
Okay,
って
her
さ。
her design finally changed here. That was the first time we saw a movie.
行くよ。はいよ。
大丈夫かノット。
At this point, we're like everyone has.
山抜けたらそろそろ海だよね。
But there seems to be a lot of car. It's kind of
悪い
weird.
な。もうすぐだ。
Not too troublesome. Just I don't know. Sure was a lot of car in that trailer. Still looks good. Still hype. In development. No release date. Still. Pretty sure this was like what, 2014 maybe, I think. What was the date for that one? ...2014 Tokyo Game Show. We're 8 years in. We are 8 years in, and we still... Look at all this. Like, look how close we are to what we just played. We're 8 years in, and we still don't even have a release date at this point for this game. This is the game that caused me to have my, like, innate skepticism about, like, video games coming out, and, like, when they give you, like, a release date that's kind of like, oh, it's a year. It's like a year and a season. Like, that's not a release date. That doesn't fucking count. I want a month. Bare minimum. Like, a month and a year. Not a season and a year. Spring 2018. No, fuck that. No, I want a specific month. Because what you're telling me is that you have no idea when the fuck this thing's coming out. You just have a vague idea of, like, oh, when you kind of want it. It's like, no, fuck that. I want dates. 8 years. No release date. Not even one of those bullshit dates. Not even fucking the summer 2017, which is when it actually came out. But it's like nothing in development. What? What do you mean? It's been 8 years. We're 8 years in.
神話の時 時代の隕石だ。
And mind you, when I say 8 years, I mean 8 actual fucking years. And in 8 plus actual years. Cause like, remember the whole thing with Kingdom Hearts 3? Everybody's all like, oh, we've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for 12 years. Like, no, we've been waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 for 5 years because they didn't start development until, was it 2013? I think it was 2013 we saw the first Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. And that's when that said in development. It's like, yeah, we're working on it now. Okay, cool. Starting now, the wait begins. And then 5 years after that, we got Kingdom Hearts 3. 2006, we got a debut trailer. It's like, well, you put out a trailer, we can only assume this game is in development. And then 8 years later, we're still getting it in development.
Step on the gas!
8 plus actual fucking years. It's the same trailer, but in English.
and don't look back! One step ahead of you.
Whoa! That thing is huge! And it's looking right at us! This can't be for real.
Talks between His Royal Highness King Regent and Emperor Edelus Aldergast of Nibelheim are set to conclude a
Who's up? Rise and shine, please.
Ground City broadcast won't reach us, Bill.
So much for that.
We've come a long way from home. At least the prince isn't losing any sleep over it.
Is that thing on fire?
That thing is an astral shard.
I am starving. Sitting in that car for hours.
Very familiar.
I could do with a bath. About time we found a place to hole up.
Yes, that's Kate. Yeah. Perfect.
Step to it! On top!
Oh, also,
Turns out Ruin is in
note
Altissia.
the
She made
severe
it up
lack of
alive.
city.
Well,
There's not a lot of city in this
keep her
trailer.
waiting too long.
Anything else?
It says she's holding on to something for me. Going for it! Uh-huh! Sweet!
Careful, Highness!
Sit this one out, Jack.
It got me!
Time to say goodbye.
Once through the mountains, clear to the coast. In a long time. Too long. Not much longer.
Get it? Because Luna is the moon. 2014, Towns of Bosses. Okay, we have in-game dates now. Yeah, this is definitely kinky. But it's like, why isn't this in the game? Like, who? The scene is still here. Like, what? I don't. It's,
元からそのつもりだったんだろうな。
みんな、無事かな。襲撃されて無事なわけねえだろ。
わからない。情報を確定するにはまだ。
じゃああいつら何なんだよ。
I don't even know what the scene is. Like, this doesn't happen. What is this?
旅
What
は
is happening at this point?
続けるの？続ける以外あるかよ。
They made it seem like there was gonna be like wild behemoths that you can just counter off. So yeah, we're getting really close to modern day. That was the first time we saw Cindy. Oh my god. Fucking core! Oh, that's interesting. Hold on, back up. That's interesting. So that's hidden. That little bit. When they're all hiding by the rock. That must have been when he found out that Regis died. Yeah, this right here. I'm not going to say this is ripped, because it's not animated exactly the same, but this is very, 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 very reminiscent to the very first scene in the game, when you're already adult Noctis, and you're hiding behind the fountain in the Crown City, and it's like right before the Ifrit fight. But, you know, this doesn't occur here. I think this is where, like, the Titan fight happens. This is definitely that scene. Train. Well, at least that stayed intact. Still! What the... Fucking... Can you imagine my 2014 self and how furious I would have been seeing this shit on my screen after 8 years and like 2 trailers after... Oh my fucking god. Do you now see? Do you fucking understand now? Still, not even a bullshit date. It's just nothing. Like, come on! I'm starting to... I'm regressing. Alright. And then, what the fuck is this? This episode disguised. Like, I've heard of this, but I've never seen it. I didn't watch whatever this is. I didn't watch Kingsglaive. I watched the anime. I think this might be the anime. Maybe? I don't think so. I don't remember, but like, I think I remember just like running into the anime on accident and I just watched it. But yeah. Like, the game is now in development at this point. It's 2014. But they're already making like supplementary bullshit on the side. Like, no, just put it in the game, you fucking asshole. Ugh.
Peggy 16.
We're still in 2014. Okay.
Now for the news on the recent Imperial military action in Insomnia. We bring you the latest reports from the Crown City. Nibelheim's forces succeeded in transporting the Lucian crystal out of the Citadel today. The Empire hereby declares control of the crystal. Meanwhile, within the city, life is returning to normal as the Empire continues to provide aid to local citizens.
The piece of cord fell apart.
So this scene must be after the takeover. So this might be a Kingsglaive scene, which is probably why it's not in the game. I mean, that doesn't really explain why it's not in the game, but like, you know, fuck.
At the signing ceremony, no less. Snakes planted that way all along.
I think everyone will be okay.
Okay? Being blasted into oblivion?
Who can say? We mustn't rush to conclusions.
You got a better explanation for that?
So we stay on the road? Like we have a choice.
My name is Sim, head mechanic.
Take cover here!
Like the blueprints for the plot. A lot of things are different. But note how we didn't touch the city. Like, we saw what happened to the city. Had not been in the Crown City at this point. So at this point, this is when they've already decided that, like, okay, Noctis is going to be on the road for most of the game. Day 1 edition. Day 1 edition includes exclusive episode Disguise, playable demo download code, pre-order now. There's no release date, though. What do you mean pre-order? Or are they saying that Type 0 HD includes episode Disguise? Because Type 0 is out already. I think they're talking about the PS4 port of Type 0. Like, Type 0 Agito had been out at this point. It's been released since, I think, 2011 on PSP. Or Vita, or whatever it was released on. Oh no, yeah, it was on PSP in Japan, and then they ported that to Vita, and then they ported the Vita version to PS4 eventually. Like, yeah, we've had the other 2 games already at this point. I'm pretty sure Lightning Returns is supposed to come out within like months of this trailer. I'm pretty sure. So what the fuck? Actually, no, I think Lightning Returns is already out by now. We had a whole 13 trilogy before we even got a release date for this fucking game. Let's say 2015.
Peggy 16.
Oh, the 15 Dawn trailer. Or 2015. What did I say? 15 years ago, we announced this game. Nah. What? What is all this shit? sort of happy. Not really. Kind of. Adorable. Too bad it's not in the game. I actually never noticed. I always thought that this was a very good shot. But like, yeah, I don't know how I missed that. Still no release date. 2015. 2016, Reclaim Your Throne.
We were once a nation of hope. A beacon of light in a world of chaos.
This is the year before the game releases.
But
this
now,
better be fucking close to what we got.
We are broken, filled by the lies of our enemies. My son, my heir, you are the key to our redemption. Only you can restore the light. Only you can reclaim the throne.
Literally the first cutscene of the game. What the fuck is wrong with the audio? Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. I know. I think Stand By Me is supposed to be playing in this trailer at this point. Yeah, it is. Yeah, probably copyright. How do they isolate the song from the sound effects? That's weird. So yeah, this is the game we got, which, you know, still looks good. But over the course of waiting, finally, for the first time, it took 10 years. 10 years. 10 plus years. Still plus 10 years to get a release date on a trailer for Final Fantasy 15. And it's set for the same year that this trailer came out. So we know this is bullshit. At least they tried. But like... fuck! 10 actual years. 2006. And then 2016 is when we get the first release date for this game. 10 full plus years. Wow. It's fucking crazy.
Peggy 12.
Still in 2016, but that's okay. I don't know why they showed that. For 15? So yeah, there's the cuddle scene, but this is actually yeah, this is still different because this event occurred during the 10-year time skip. But this is still Teen Noctis and Teen Gladio and all that. So even with, like, maybe it's maybe they pulled it Avengers and they just like changed it so for like non-spoiler reasons. But like, keep in mind, this is 2016. I don't remember what month this came out in, but they just told us that this game is coming out September of this year, which has to be a minimum of 9 months. So like, between then and now, or between the beginning of 2016 and September, they had to have done a lot to change this scene to make it what it is now, just between that time. Because, like, does that mean that there wasn't going to be a time skip? Because, mind you, this is the final chapter of the game. This is the final chapter of 15. This is right before you go out to fight Arden. So, like, was there always a time skip? At no point had we ever seen anything hinting towards, like, a time skip of any kind, which, understandably, of course there wouldn't be, because that would be horrendously major spoilers, but also, you gotta understand, this is also the very first scene in the game. This scene comes before, like, the car breaking down, before you get to Hammerhead. So, like, the game kind of spoils the scene by itself. And this is nothing like that. So it's like, what the hell? I don't understand. I don't understand where this game is in development. It seems so finished at this point because I just played through all this crap. So it's like, the last trailer we just saw, literally everything, like 98% of everything that we saw in the trailer that came before this, when we just got the release date finally, was in Final Fantasy 15. Well, 95%. And now, I'm in the trailer after that, and now I'm seeing shit that's like, well, this didn't happen. What? Okay, he definitely did not just, like, slide the ring on his finger. Titan is gray in this scene for some reason. Like, this game still looks good for what it is, but note how all semblance of Versus 13 that was there before is all just completely gone now. Like, what? What? You see this? This is future Noctis. This is timeskip Noctis. And we just saw the scene where where are we? Where are we in time and space? I don't understand. And it's still September 30th.
That ought to do her.
This shouldn't take long. Slow down now. Hit it! Stay down!
That's like a weird view on it. Did this become a thing? I don't remember if this became a thing. Play as Prompto. Yeah, can't wait to play as Prompto.
For the players. Peggy 16.
Still in 2016. They're just pouring it. Brotherhood. That was awesome. So at this point, 15 is basically what it is now. Well, minus the Royal Edition stuff. But like, is this what Kingsglaive did? So if this is what Kingsglaive did, some of those scenes that I thought was Kingsglaive before couldn't.
いずれはレス奪還に向け動かねばならなくなる。
Still 9:30. That was it. That was it. Well, that's all the trailers up until 2016. I'm pretty sure there was more after that. But hold on. Chuck. There has to be more. I want to at least see the trailer with the new release date, with what the release date that actually came to be. There might have not been a trailer for 2017. I think they literally just deleted it, and that was it. Yeah, I think that's literally that. So yeah, so now you probably know a lot more about my mental journey, my emotional mental fucking rage quest that I had to endure between 2006 and 2016. 10 plus years, dude, of my life was going to be this game. But, you know. And you know what? The worst part is, with all these trailers, even after that last trailer, I think my hype was still there. I think I was still super hyped for the game. Nowhere near as close as I was when the game was still Versus 13, but I was still pretty okay with the product that I was looking at. I think whatever happened between 2016 and 2017 when the game finally released, I'm pretty sure at some point between that time, they had revealed that essentially most of the game was just going to be fucking wacky road trip time. That's when the heartbreak started to set in. And that's like literally at the last minute. Like literally the last minute. Because mind you, Persona 5 came out that year. Nier Automata came out that year. Like, games that I'd also been waiting for a very long time. But like, they were coming out. I'd been getting updates about those games the entire fucking time. Like, at that point, still to this day, I've never played the original Nier. I've seen it on shelves. People told me that the game was good, but I never got a chance to try it. And then Nier Automata, the trailer for Nier Automata comes out. Let me fucking, hold on. The reveal trailer for Nier Automata came out in 2015. So this trailer came out before we had a release date for 15. And I never even heard of I'd heard of the Nier series, but I didn't realize at this point that like the two games were even connected anyway. Like, I'd only seen the title Nier in store shelves, so I didn't think about like the original Nier or anything like that. But like, this is the reveal trailer. This is the first time we saw this game in action. And I think the year before this is when Yoko Taro was like, hey, I'm making a new Nier game. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And you've seen me play Nier. Like, this game looks sick. It's literally like Bayonetta 3. Pretty sure Bayonetta 2 came out. What the fuck is this? What am I looking at? It's fucking Bayonetta. Just this. I've already decided I want this game. I need this game. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I just saw, but I need it. I need that in my life. I need it. I must have it. And lo and behold, 2 years later, Nier Automata comes out. So, like, considering that the year before this, Yoko Taro announced that he was like, I'm working on another Nier game. I'm gonna add another 2 years to before even that. So let's say Nier Automata probably started development in like 2010, and then we got it in 2017. Well, no math is essential. 2013, 2012, I would say. Roughly around that time frame, Nier Automata started development, and then 2017 we got it. It's like, yeah, that seems about right. That seems about a reasonable development cycle for a video game like that. And mind you, we still don't have a release date for 15 at this point. And then there's the fucking the big one. What else? What other trailer was in 2015? Tokyo Game Show was the first gameplay trailer we saw of Persona 5. We already knew Persona 5 was coming for a hot while. I think in 2014, I think that was the year that Atlus was like, yo, we're working on 4 Persona games right now. At the same fucking time. Simultaneously. I think it was Persona 4 Arena, Persona 4 Dancing All Night, some other third thing. Persona Q? Might have been Persona Q. And Persona 5, the next numbered series. And we're like, holy shit, it's only 2004. I can't wait forever for this game because Versus 13 is taking a fucking century. Ugh. I haven't even seen shit yet. Nothing happened yet. It's just opening. A lot of this stuff is drastically different, actually. There was a lot that was different about this. There was a lot of seemingly, like, things that were just, like, proof of concept. Arsene yet at this point. Oh my god. Like, bro. 2015, man. Oh. This is why I'm so harsh. when it comes to Final Fantasy now. This is why I'm so harsh when it comes to video games now. I was hurt, man. I was hurt, and I don't hurt easy. Like, I'm almost. Fuck, I want to cry. I don't know. It feels shitty, man. It feels so shitty. Like, I wanted to love this game so badly. I'm talking about 15 still. I wanted to love this game so fucking badly. And I'd avoided it for 3 years because I was afraid that I wouldn't. And I was right. It's like, it hurts so much. I'm in so much pain right now. Like, like, the game came out fine. The game came out intact and functional. And on that regard, it's fucking miracle that it even got that much. But looking back now, going back and coming back to modern day, just reliving and reminding myself of all those feelings I felt waiting for this game ever since it was announced all the way up until it finally released. And like even with Royal Edition, that's the worst part. Even the most complete version of this game that exists, I still feel the same. And it's like, I can't imagine where alternate universe version of me who bought Final Fantasy 15 on day one, I can't imagine where he is right now. Like, ooh. I was heartbroken. Like, I kind of still am. I think what I'm feeling right now is heartbreak. Maybe. Couldn't tell you. But still, it's... Man. And it's partially my fault. It is partially my fault. I take responsibility. I expected way too much. I didn't have... Like most people, because, mind you, we're still young at this point. Like most people, we don't have insight on how game development works. So, like, going across the years, I don't have the perspective of maybe something went horribly wrong, and they're basically cobbling together, like, what scraps of the game that they have just to get something together. It's like, maybe that's true, but what's confusing is that, like, there was so much that was already there. Maybe even it was just conceptual, like active character switching. Like, you already had that, though. And I couldn't really complain about the story because, like, throughout the entirety of the wait period, I didn't know shit about the plot. I didn't give a fuck about the plot back then. I was hooked on the gameplay aspect of the game. Like, holy shit, this game looks like it plays amazing. And I need it in my hands. That's what got me hooked on Nier Automata. That's why I fell in love instantly with Nier Automata, because it looks so good gameplay wise. And I'm like, I need this game. But 15's coming out eventually. Maybe. Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna have enough money. I didn't work back then, so it's like I don't even know if I'll be able to get both. And then Persona 5. Like, what am I gonna do? I have to choose. So it broke my heart, basically, that I had to choose between, like, game I was just introduced to 2 years ago that I only saw like a trailer and a half for. And then Persona 5. It's not fair. Next to game that I literally been waiting for 10 plus years. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself. I couldn't bring myself to get Final Fantasy 15. Because it was so different. In the end, it was just so different from the game that I was so hyped for. It was nothing like the game that I was so hyped for. I mean, similarities were there. Yeah. I mean, Noctis still existed. But, like, that was about it. And it's like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Nier looks too good. Persona 5, sure as fuck, looks way too good. Even for its own good, it looks too good. I can't do it. And that hurt. Hurt my soul. It still hurts even right now. And that's why I've had this almost 2-hour rant about basically my PTSD involving Final Fantasy. Holy fuck. That's why this 15 playthrough is a big deal. This is a large chunk, like a third of my life was this game. A third. More than a third. I hate that in the end I could only give it a 7.5. And I can only imagine what my score would have been had I played Vanilla 15 without all, like, that still kills me. I played Royal Edition. Oh my god. Like, how did they fuck this up? I think, man, I don't know. Square Enix Japan, they fucking ruined me. And that's just exclusively looking at like the 15 shit. I'm not even gonna start with the Kingdom Hearts fiasco. Square Enix Japan fucked me up. Like, imagine how Max feels about Marvel Infinite, but over the course of 10 plus years. That is how I feel. But sort of reversed. Because Marvel Infinite, like, even if it's a good game, like, it's still a pretty good game that no one's playing. This game could have been fucking amazing. And I just wasn't amazed. I was entertained. I had fun. It's a nice little distraction from everything that was going on with all this shit, with, you know, all this stuff. But like, I don't know. I think what hurts the most is that I did oh my god, I never even considered this until right now. I never even considered the possibility that a Final Fantasy 16 would be happening anytime soon. Because I just don't care. Like, even if Square Enix were to sit and announce right the fuck now, hey, we're working on Final Fantasy 16, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a... Just, I literally couldn't care less about Final Fantasy 16. Hypothetically. If hypothetically a Final Fantasy 16 was presented in front of me right now, I wouldn't give a shit. You show me a gameplay trailer, I don't give a fuck. I don't trust you. I don't trust anything that you show me. Square. I think that's the thing. Like, they still kind of never redeemed themselves from this, really. They never really truly redeemed themselves from all this. Because Kingdom Hearts 3 was still a mess. 13 was a mess. And, like, I have serious doubts that Agito is going to fix my doubts about that. I don't think it would even... Yeah, no. Like, I started playing it, I got bored, and I stopped playing it. But even if I got back into it, and I started having fun, it's like, maybe I'm having fun, but I can't imagine this being, like Final Fantasy X qualities of good. Not even Final Fantasy 12 qualities of good. Like, I don't see it. Just gameplay alone. Like, the story is gonna have to be, like, the greatest story ever in order to fucking keep my interest. And I'm not seeing a future where that happens. Maybe it will. I'd have to continue playing the game, and I probably will very soon. But, like, I have all the doubts in the world. And I wish I didn't. Whew! Boy, do I wish I didn't. Such a shitty feeling, man. It's like, what's next for Square Enix in Japan? I don't give a fuck! And I never thought I'd feel that way. I feel like I have to, just to protect myself. Like, I don't give a fuck about a hypothetical Final Fantasy 15. I don't give a fuck about Kingdom Hearts 4. That's a real feel. Do you understand the... Do you understand how much pain, how much it hurts me to say that? I don't give a fuck about Kingdom Hearts 4. When I said I was okay with Kingdom Hearts 2 being the last game, I meant that shit. When I said that I was okay with Kingdom Hearts 3 being the last game, I meant that shit. I bled out of my mouth saying that shit, but I meant it. And I hate it. I fucking hate it. I just want to... Ooh, I almost said it. I want to be excited about shit again. I want my childhood innocence back, man. I want to be... I want my money back. I want my time back, man. Not even the money. Y'all could keep the money. I want my time back. I want all those feelings I had. I want those returned to me. Fuck. All that hype. All the hype. I need to be reimbursed for that hype. Because it felt good to be that excited while it was happening. Like, at least early on. While it was going on, it felt so good to be excited about something because I was looking forward to something potentially great. Like, one day, I'm going to get my hands on this game, and it's going to be the greatest thing ever. And I almost felt that way with Persona 5. Persona 5 is the closest I've ever gotten in my life to that feeling. I can't even think of another game that came close to that feeling. Where I got to see something in advance and be all like, that's going to be the greatest thing ever. And then I actually play it. And then that feeling comes true. Persona 5 was like 99.999998% the way there. I couldn't even tell you where that 0.1% went. Or the 0.2% went. But something about it, I couldn't tell you. But like, as it stands right now, Persona 5 is still my favorite RPG, like ever. So it's like, yeah, it's the closest I've ever come. So it's like, but it's because I guess it's because that Persona had a working foundation already. Like, Persona 4 was great. Persona 3 was great. So, it only stands to reason that a game that usually, like, kind of stays to its formula, it's gonna be good. It's like a Mario game. So, like, it's gonna be really hard to fuck up a Mario game. Like, you have to go out of your way to make a bad Mario game. Because the foundation is there. Like, as long as you follow that foundation, you're going to come out with at least a decent product. It's probably not going to be an amazing game. It's probably going to be the same samey bullshit all the time. But at least that same samey bullshit is going to be like, oh, it's a Mario game. It's bare minimum, like, it's decent. It's sort of worth your time if you like playing Mario games. It'll never get to a point where it's all like, oh man, I hope this Mario game isn't going to fucking suck. You would never have to say that. You'll never have to worry about something like that. Same for Persona. Like, the basis is already there. If you ever play SMT game, if you like SMT games, you're going to like literally almost every SMT game that probably came out after, I want to say, like, 3 onward. And around that time. Before that, it's iffy because it's all kind of different. But, like, the foundation is there. Persona 5, it's one more than 4. It's like, cool. It's going to be great. But with Final Fantasy, we didn't have that such security. We've been on a roller coaster of quality with Final Fantasy. Which I can't really speak much for anything before 7. But, like, 8, just no. Didn't get to play 11. Didn't have internet. Didn't have an adapter for PS2. Didn't have a computer. 12 was iffy back then. 13 is still iffy now. 13.2 is weirdly like the best out of the 13 series, which is weird. Like, I couldn't bring myself to continue Lightning Returns. Like, I just couldn't. It was one of those, like, you ever play a game and, like, you think to yourself, I don't see myself doing this for another 20 hours. Like, this that I'm currently doing right now, I don't think I can handle another 20 hours of this. Let alone 40 for an RPG. That's how I felt. So I just couldn't. I will say for 15 though, like, I didn't feel that. Like, with all the exploration and the combat and all that, it's like, okay, I can see myself making it to the end of this game. That's usually what it comes down to when it comes to me and playing video games. It's like, if I can see myself doing this until whenever the fuck this ends, which is probably like 40 hours or something, I think I can handle that. But a lot of times I just don't. Like, I think I hit that feeling with 13, which is why I hit that feeling with Agito, which is why I fucking stopped. I'm like, I don't see myself doing this for another 40 hours. And a lot of other games that I probably felt the same way. I forgot I got Dragon's Dogma. Weird. Oh yeah, if you notice, I like just stopped playing The Sims. I felt that way too. So like, yeah, Sims was fun for the first like 20 hours or so, but now I'm kind of just over it. It's like, guys, yeah, I'm kind of just I'm done with this. But yeah, I've been ranting for over 2 hours. My throat's dry now. It's 3 a.m. Bedtime for me. Thanks for sticking around. I might highlight this and put it on YouTube. For no reason, really. But I think, I don't know. This is a very... this whole chain of events from like 2006 until now, like this is a very defining moment of my like career as a human. So like, I don't know. I feel like this needs to be shared. So yeah, I'm probably gonna upload this. But otherwise, that's it for me streaming wise. So yeah, tomorrow. Holy shit, it's already Saturday. Ick. I have to start doing online classes. This is disgusting. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys later. Maybe I'll continue dreams tomorrow. Or, I don't know, something. So yeah, peace out.